That's right, folks. The project boat is finally completed. And in today's video, we're going to be water testing the project boat for the very first time. Hopefully everything works and the boat does not sink. Now, this project's been ongoing for a long time, and I know that. You guys have been asking about it nonstop, and I apologize to you why it's taken this long to finish it. But before we show you guys the project boat in its glory, I think it's important to go back and really catalog this entire process and get everybody caught up to speed. This whole thing started about 18 months ago, back in March of 2022. And that's when a subscriber named Kevin reached out to me. And he had kind of an unusual offering. At that time on my channel, I had mentioned several times that I was thinking about getting involved in restoring an old boat. And apparently Kevin and his family were listening. Because old Kevin reached out to me and offered to gift me a 1986 Phantom bass boat. Right off the bat, I was just so blown away that this person was literally offering to give me their family boat just so I could restore it on the channel. But we ended up talking about the boat quite a bit through email and then text messages, and eventually we all met. We sat there and talked to Kevin and his dad for over an hour, just talking about the boat, the history of the boat, all the fishing trips they had been on using that boat. But one day the boat had just kind of died on them and they were done with it. They didn't have the time to fix it and they wanted to donate it to the channel. So just right out of the gate, let's give a big special thank you to Kevin for making this whole thing happen. After we did a quick little inspection of the boat, we hooked it up, brought it back to my house, and that's where the journey began. Little did I know, we were in way over our heads on this boat project. Now keep in mind, myself and my cameraman Andrew, we were the two main people that were going to be working on this boat in the beginning. And we had zero experience restoring boats. Now it started off innocently enough. We completely gutted the boat, first and foremost, which is typically what you do with a project like this. You tear out all the old carpet, you get all the trash out, you vacuum it, get all the water and moisture out, and that's exactly what we did. I think it was at this moment that we really realized how big of a project and how big of a job this was gonna be. Because once we ripped everything out of there, we realized there were some major problems going on. Now at this point in the game is when we realized that we had to start bringing in some outside help on this job. The first person we took it to was a fiberglass expert in the town where I live. That gentleman walked around the boat, kind of looked at everything, talked to us, explained all the things that he would fix as a fiberglass professional, and just kind of gave us some general guidance. That expert basically told us that we had a complete rebuild on our hands. That's when my good buddy Jay became involved in the project. And you're going to hear his name quite a few times during this because I think he was probably the single most person who worked the most on this boat. So then me, Jay, and Andrew set off on our new mission. And that was to completely rip out the old frame, all the old stringers, all of the wood. The deck underneath the deck was all completely rotted through. Some of it was so waterlogged, I mean, it was just crazy to think how this boat was still holding together. But through tons of research, Google searches, talking to experts, and just figuring things out, we replaced the stringers on that boat, we replaced the deck. We also had a huge undertaking with the transom of the boat, one of the most crucial areas to get right. We did a ton of research on this subject and we decided that a pour-in liquid transom was the absolute best way to go. It was the most cost-effective, the most time-effective, and they're actually surprisingly more durable than wood in a lot of different situations. So once all the structural stuff was done on the boat, once the new stringers were in, fiberglassed in, once the new deck was cut, built, fiberglassed in, once all the gut work was done, all the cleanup work was done, it became obvious that there was three major things left to do. One, this thing had to be rewired, meaning all of the old wires running from the batteries to the ignition, to the electronics, to the trolling motor, everything needed to be redone. And we needed a new trolling motor, new electronics, and all that stuff. Number two, the outside of the boat. I wanted to get this thing wrapped and I wanted to get it to look and really feel like a Phantom bass boat should. Number three, the motor. The original Evinrude motor, the 40 horsepower, we left that on there intentionally. We wanted to keep this thing as original as we could with regards to the big motor, but it wasn't currently running. Now this is kind of where we had the first major time hang up. So at this point in the boat build, we've had the boat for, let's just say 3 to 6 months, and we've been doing all this work. As I'm sure you guys remember, so I don't need to go back through it, but my dad got diagnosed with cancer last year, and he ended up passing away in October, and obviously that knocked the wind completely out of my sails with regards to this boat project. So it was really easy between that and wintertime coming in. It was really easy for me to just say, you know what, I'm just not gonna work on this boat for a while. You know, I just didn't have it in me. I'm sure you guys understand. But then as the winter came and went and the warm spring came forth in 2023, so now we're almost a year into this project, but we still have a lot of work to do. This is where my good friend Jay really killed it. He took the boat for me. He knew I was not in a good place, and then him and his family proceeded to do all of the prep work to get this thing ready for the next stage. The first thing we were gonna tackle was gonna be the wrap, the external vinyl wrap on this boat. To do that, Jay and his family had to do a lot of work.
Hey guys, it's Jay. We're out here. My youngest son, Callan.
Hello guys.
We're out here working on the boat. The boat is now at my house. We've been working on it behind the scenes. We poured this transom and this was just destroyed, just bad, lumpy. It's all smooth now. I got all the gunk off of there. That's all smooth. I've sanded these down, got them fairly smooth. These are gonna be wrapped. And now Callan and I are going to start the sanding process on things like this right here. The wrap won't really stick to really good. Like up here, I'm gonna cover all them up, get them covered up nice and smooth so that the vinyl wrap sticks really good to it and we won't have any issues.
Once those guys had grinded, sanded, and smoothed over every square inch of this boat that was gonna be wrapped, we then brought it to our good friend Orlando. Now Orlando is a Marine veteran and Purple Heart recipient, so a big shout out to him for being involved in this project. And you guys already know, I'm gonna support any business that's veteran owned and operated. So Alpha Omega Wraps, Enterprise, Alabama, if you guys wanna wrap your car, your boat, whatever. Pretty sure my man Orlando can do it all. But we took the boat to him, we let him get a little look over it, we talked about all the things we wanted to do, and he definitely understood the assignment.
We got a couple of spots here. This is grip tape, so the vinyl will go right over that. It'll go down to right here. You can kind of see what we already did with the knifeless tape. What this will do is cut the vinyl. What I'm gonna do here, instead of running one giant sheet, because of this right here, I'm gonna run an inlet, an overlap, about 1/8 of an inch overlap with it. You're not really gonna be able to see it. I'll show you what it will look like here in just a second. The other piece looks like the one we were working on earlier. Show you what the back looks like. The back is not complete. We still got to trim. So we're going to wrap this whole top. We're going to wrap these lids.
Once the boat was wrapped, completely wrapped in that black vinyl. By the way, the color of that black is actually called Phantom Black, which just fits really nicely. Then Jay tackled a lot of the rewiring. We threw some new batteries in there, got a new trolling motor mounted to the front with a foot pedal, grabbed a Garmin unit, slapped it on there because you know Garmin is my favorite boat units. So we had the electrical part done. Now this is where the second big time problem area happened. Because at this point, we really just needed the big motor to be fixed and remounted. Because remember, it's not even on the boat at this point. We just had it on a stand in my shop. So at this point, we hauled it to a local mechanic. So originally, this guy was very confident he could do all of the work that we needed to be done in a short amount of time. Turns out, that didn't happen. Turns out he had the boat for many, many, many months, and although he did do some work, he didn't get the boat to where he said he would. So then we had to bring in one final person that really helped us on this project, and that is Matthew Ott over at Malvern Repair in Dothan, Alabama. Old Matthew got his hands on this boat and he put the finishing touches on it. He got that motor purring and running like a top. Matthew crushed it. So Malvern Repair in Dothan, Alabama, if you guys have boat needs. I'm not sure what else they do there, but you should definitely look them up. And that pretty much leads us to where we are today. Once we got the boat back and we had everything done, we cleaned it up and we prepared it for the very first water test that we were gonna do on this boat. At this point, we have all put in tons of time. The only thing we can think about doing now is putting this thing in the water and just seeing if it works. All right, folks, so this is the moment that not only you guys have been waiting for a very long time, but we have been waiting a long time for this as well. All the man hours spent on this boat, all of the different people who have had their hands on this boat and put forth some type of effort to get it ready. And then there's you guys that have been asking about this for the last 18 months. All of that has culminated to this moment right now. So without further ado, I would like to present to you the 1980s Phantom bass boat. I think I can speak for every person that's involved in this project when I say this thing turned out so dang cool, so beautiful, so functional. But there's one final thing to do with this beautiful Phantom boat, and that is to water test it. So as you guys can see, we're literally parked on the ramp, ready to back it in. We have no idea if it's gonna hold water or not. Probably should have done this earlier in the process, maybe.
Probably.
But we like to live life on the edge. You ready?
I think so.
Are you guys ready? I don't know if I'm ready. All right, Jay, let's get this girl in the water. Let me get to the front. Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous.
I'm freaking out right now.
Just take it nice and easy. Oh my gosh, we're gonna be sliding off soon. Oh my God, this ramp is so steep, it's crazy. Keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. I'm about to slide off. There we go. We're sliding. We're in. We're in. She's in. She appears to be floating. Oh my gosh, how does it look, man? Does it look cool? Does it look like a Phantom?
It looks like a Phantom.
Well, I don't see any water in this back compartment right here. I mean, not even, maybe like a little bit right there, but that's just because this got flooded when we first got back in, but doesn't appear to be any water coming in. Definitely not, would have noticed that by now. So that's just lovely. There's just something about launching and water testing a new boat. You just think you're gonna sink. I think we need to fire up this big motor, Andrew. Hey, check out this trim that we got going on here. Oops, that was my fault.
It's spinning good though. Look at it.
She's idling.
Look at that.
She's idling, dude. Look at her go. A little two-stroke to give her a little bit of, just a little bit of throttle. Oh, Jay! She's running. Oh, let's go. Dude, we did this. Well, that's pretty freaking cool. She's mint. We'll open her up in just a minute. Once we get kind of settled into the water, we might open this thing up, try to get it on plane. Oh, dude! But there's a ton of other things we need to start testing and using in this boat before we can call it a success. Let's get the old trolley in the water. There we go. We got trolling motor power, baby. This thing is so smooth right now.
Dude, it's good.
Got the foot pedal, got the front fishing deck. Beautiful. This was a restoration project, so obviously there were a ton of tiny individual things that we had to do to get this boat to where it is right now. But I'm just gonna start at the front of the boat, work our way to the very back and catch you guys up to speed. The front, got the brand new Minn Kota Edge trolling motor, 45-pound thrust with the foot pedal. And what's really cool about this is we had to wire this in right here. We had to put this little diamond plate thing, which Jay did, our buddy who did a ton of work on this boat. Got electric running right here for your lights, got wires and everything there. Now the front deck's not that big, but I think it's as much as you need. Just, it's what you need.
Perfect.
For a little river boat like this, it's fine. Dual front storage right here. You'll notice the actual storage tops themselves have been wrapped in that vinyl, same vinyl as the outside was wrapped in. They wrapped everything in this boat with the color Phantom Black, which is just fitting for the 80s phantom bass boat anyways. Now we actually have functional storage here, as you guys can see. We've got fishing stuff. These are both little dry hatches right here. Oh shoot, we got crankbaits in here?
Dang, boy.
I didn't even know I grabbed that. We might be able to catch a fish today. Obviously the sea deck covers this thing from front to back. Let's go, we're mapping. We got a brand new Garmin little unit right here. Fish finder, super basic, but that's once again all you need on a boat like this. Although we kept the original motor that was on there because I really wanted to do that. We got a new throttle box. All this stuff over here is new. The seats, guys, check out the seats. I mean, these bad boys, these are some premium seats right there, man. That just gives the old butt a nice warm hug right there.
That's right.
On it. Foldable. They're both mounted on pedestals underneath. Really cool there. Obviously the transom, we talked about that earlier. The original boat motor's still on this thing. It's been worked on. Fires right up, as you guys see. This project literally went from being an impossible one at a certain point in time to now us being in the middle of a lake on this boat, floating with everything operational. Pretty sure I didn't think we were gonna get to this point.
Nope.
She's a little two-stroke.
Yep. Sounds like a dirt bike.
It does sound a little dirt bikey. I want to kind of open her up a little bit, you know? I'm tempted to see what she's got.
If anybody's gonna break it, it should be us.
That's a great point. All right, let's see what happens here. We got going so fast.
Yeah,
for a
we
second.
did.
Brother, I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't know this boat had that kind of power in her.
No, I didn't either.
Dude, let me try that again. I didn't think a 40 would have that much power. I'm gonna turn her back around and see if I can swamp Jay over here. He looks bored. Come on, girl, get up. Get up. There she goes. She's up. I cannot believe how much power this little boat has.
I know, dude.
Look at it, dude. It's just...
Heck yeah, dude.
Oh, look at this. Look at this. Oh, yeah, girl. This is the best day of my life.
Dude, this is so much better than I thought it would be.
All right, motor, let's just see what we got going on here. Let's try to ramp her up some. It's so funny because this boat seems like it's struggling until it gets on plane all of a sudden, and then you're like moving. Like right now, for example. Look at how good we're going. Oh, it's so much fun. It's so dope because I can actually see what depth I'm in. So got some modern advancements in this 80s bass boat right here. I want to really try to get some speed on this one. Listen to her go. Listen to that baby purr. Ah! This is crazy. Look at how good we're moving. She handles the speed so well. This is so incredible. It's like we put so much time and work into this and research and just hours of everything. Dude, Jay, I know you want to get in this thing and rip around in this thing, don't you?
I do.
You've spent as much time as any one person has on this boat. You need to get in here and feel how awesome this thing is. She is absolutely purring right now. I'm gonna let my good buddy Jay right here take the wheel. I'm gonna hop right next to you. This has been a long time coming, for sure. Listen to her. She's about to catch plane, dude. Give her, oh, there she goes. She's catching. There it goes. crazy?
She rides smooth.
Yeah, it's great. Never thought this day would come, bro, honestly.
I know, man.
I did not think we would make it to this point right here.
If you were up there in the plane.
You're probably right.
Try that again.
Ah, here we go. Had to distribute the weight a little bit better. She's going so good.
Let's go. Let's go.
Forward!
Yeah.
Dear Lord.
So smooth.
That's great. All right, buddy.
I'm nervous.
You should be. This thing moves, man.
No life jackets either. We living on the edge.
Well, you know, it's not quite up to code yet, but this is a water test after all. All right, you good? You got her tracking?
We're going 3 at the moment.
All right, here we go. We're gonna do a speed test here. Okay, gotta get up on plane first. It takes her a minute. If we had some more weight in the front of the boat, it'd be even better. Here we go. Oh, there we go. We got her hammered. Throttle's hammered. 25, 26, 27, 28. Give me 30. Give it to me. There we go. 30 miles an hour on the project boat. Unbelievable. And nothing is breaking.
We hit 30!
30 miles an hour, dude. And dude, I bet you we should try it again with you on the front, dude. I'm telling you, because that lets you get up on plane faster.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's try this one more time. All right, here we go. We're gonna try to break our new all-time speed that we just set, 30.4 miles an hour.
That's it. I think we can do it.
I think we can now that we got the weight distributed right. Here we go. We're already on plane. Here we go. Woo! Come on, here we go. Okay, I feel like we're going pretty dang fast.
27, 28.
Come on, break the record.
30.
Oh! We couldn't break it? We were maxed out, man. She didn't have anything else left to give. We were hauling. Come on. Come on, girl. Less wind resistance. 30. Give me 31. Oh!
Down at 30.
She's topped out.
31.
We hit 31. 31 miles per hour in a boat that we literally tore apart and rebuilt. First of all, if you live in the Dallas-Fort Worth area and you're looking for a job, Wax Brakes is hiring. Wax is a company that my friend Robert Turkler runs. I'm also a part of it. We do sports memorabilia brakes. And if you want to be a braker, we are hiring right now. If you want a job or if you want some more information about this job and what all it entails, send an email right here to hiring@waxbrakes.com. Also, if you or anybody you know have a sports memorabilia collection, we're talking about autographed stuff, sports cards, balls, jerseys, whatever, we will buy that collection from you. So please send an email and some pictures of what you have and how much you want for it and where you're located. There's a ton of people out there with sports memorabilia and they're looking to sell it. We are looking to buy it. Now back to the video. I am liking the POV style dash right here with the fish finder. Just cannot believe how far this boat has come. Like, it's like sitting in an actual boat now. There's actual boat things happening, including working motors, working trolling motor, electronics. This is so crazy, guys. Could not be more pleased with how this worked out. Just love the layout of this boat. Love the look of it now. And we were able to keep a lot of that 80s mystique on this boat. This has given me all sorts of ideas of ways we could actually use this boat. Okay, now I got a rod already rigged up with a little swimmy bait on there. You know, I don't know, that might work. I feel like the only thing missing at this point is catching a fish in the boat, you know? Getting a little fish slime on it, that whole thing. I want to set the hook on this deck and see if I can not fall off of it. I feel like that's gonna be an actual challenge. You know how you like to take a step back when you set the hook? I mean, that's gonna be a woo!
Yeah.
You got it.
Obviously, we've got the project boat out of the water. Water test was a massive success. In fact, the testing of everything involved was a massive success. The only problem was I did not catch a fish in it, but that could have been the new boat bad luck. That happens. A lot of good things going on out here. Let's head back to the shop and figure out our next move. First maiden voyage on the new project boat. Not new, it's not really new, but it feels new.
Feels new.
But it's not, it's 18-month-old project boat. The maiden voyage has been completed successfully, in and out of the water, no major issues. There were a couple little things, little hiccups, not even worth mentioning really, because all of the main components like the outboard motor, the trolling motor, ignition, the electronics, the bilge worked, all the things you gotta have worked. We also didn't take on any water that we know of, which is awesome. All in all, it's an awesome little vessel. Which leads me to the next part of this video. What should we do with this boat? There's so many options kind of rattling around in my head, so I'm not gonna make that decision today, but there's a part of me that would like to keep the boat and just use it, have it be part of the fleet. There's a part of me that kind of wants to maybe give it away or gift it or something like that. There's also a part of me that knows that we have to go fishing with this thing at least one hard time before we do anything else with it. Maybe a little tournament action, I don't know. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think we should do with the new rig. Let us know what you think. Now I'm gonna say this as well. There were a lot of doubters. There were a lot of quote unquote maybe haters, you might say. But I'm not even gonna address any of that. I'm just gonna address all of you positive people who dropped tips down there in the comment section or gave us suggestions on things that we should do differently or whatever. We looked in that comment section quite a bit, Andrew.
Yes, we did.
We got a few pieces of information out of there. So to all of you folks who are actually encouraging us to complete this, I wanna say thank you. I didn't wanna have to do this, okay? But the Garage and Outdoor Council has granted a certificate of mastery in certified boat restoration foreman. That's what you can call me now. Boom, check that out, official.
Certified.
I am certified, and oh look, Andrew's certified too.
Boom.
So, okay, so just to, let me just read this for you guys. LOJO has presented skills of mastery, adequate knowledge, and superior ability in the field of boat restoration. This certification qualifies the recipient in all matters relating to the field in which they are proclaimed a master. Continuing the certification relieves them of any notion that they are of inferior ability or have made an imperfect decision in matters pertaining to the field in which they are certified.
Dude.
That was a mouthful, but in all seriousness, we're certified. So we're master foremen, so, you know. In all seriousness, thank you guys for paying attention to this project as long as you did. A ton of you guys were in the comments section asking me about this the last few months, and I haven't been ignoring you, but a ton of things were happening during all of this, and we were having to go to different people who gave us different expectations that were sometimes not true about how long this stuff was gonna take. Doesn't matter now because we are where we are. Can't wait to hear what you guys want us to do with this boat. And we're definitely gonna be doing something with it real soon, so make sure you guys are subscribed, make sure you hit the thumbs up button, all that good stuff. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being a part of this project. See you next time.